Hello, Lisa Broyles here with Way to Health MD, and this is my second video on common environmental toxins. Today we are going to talk about PFAS, polyfluoroalkyl substances, okay? And last we're going to talk about plastics, also phthalates, okay? So what is the big deal about PFAS, forever chemicals? When it's called a forever chemical, that means it never degrades, it never goes away. In your body, in the soil, in your drinking water, it's there forever. Why is that a big deal? Because PFAS are found in treated clothing, like babies' clothing and carpets and furniture that are sprayed with PFAS to prevent them from catching on fire. Baby car seats, okay? Cosmetics, personal care products, a lot of our food, dairy, eggs, drinking water, fire retardant foams. So our firefighters are at especially high risk. Usually PFAS are all over their turnout gear, our soldiers. What's the big deal? Why do we care? Well, PFAS causes immune dysregulation. It either can make you more susceptible to colds or make your body start attacking itself, which is called autoimmune disease. It also causes worsened cholesterol, kidney, liver, breast, lung, and testicular cancer. It's also linked to liver damage, ulcerative colitis, reproductive disorders, as well as thyroid dysfunction. This is why we should care, people. The damage to our organs, the cancer, it is not random. It is caused by the things in our environment. So what can we do to try to prevent exposure to PFAS? One of the most common things is don't cook in non-stick pans. So I have an example here of a non-stick pan. This is an old wok. Okay, so whenever something has this spray that makes it wonderfully non-sticky, it's PFAS, okay? It'll cause all of those issues that we talked about, especially with repeated exposure when you're putting your hot food in it. What should you use instead? Guys, this is cheap. I just use good old cast iron. I cook as much as possible in cast iron. You can also use ceramic, stainless steel, okay? There are multiple different types of dishes and cookware that you can use that do not have the damaging PFAS in it, okay? So you glass, okay? You can use glass. You want to be careful to vacuum regularly. If you have a HEPA filter that helps filter some of this from the dust in your home, wet mopping your floors also decreases dust that has PFAS in it. Okay, so you can also look for labels in your products that say PFAS free, no fluorinated chemicals, or no perfluorinated compounds. Next, I want to talk about plastic. Now, most of us have heard plastic's bad, but what does plastic actually do? So it reduces testosterone production when little babies are in their mother's womb. It actually decreases a man's future ability to produce sperm when he's exposed to plastic from his mother crossing that placental barrier. We think that it can affect female fertility as well. We've seen preterm births. We see effects on neurodevelopmental behavior and learning in children. We see children going through puberty at 8, 9 years old, and it's increased exposure to plastics. Why? Plastics act like estrogen in the body. We have a word for that called xenoestrogen. So plastic mimics estrogen, and children aren't supposed to have a lot of estrogen when little girls are 6, 7, 8 years old. But when they're getting food contaminated with plastic, their body is just getting dumps of estrogen, and then that makes their puberty come on earlier. It makes little boys have more estrogen, and guess what, guys? As estrogen levels go up, testosterone levels go down. So plastic is in our food containers. If you are traveling and you go to that grocery store on a trip and you say, I'm going to be healthy and get a bottled water instead of that Coke. Well, you did a good thing. However, that bottled water, it might have sat in a hot warehouse and that plastic got into that hot water. You're still getting plastic in your food. So try to drink your water out of stainless steel. Refill your water with a stainless steel or titanium water bottle instead of plastic. Don't microwave your food in plastic. Don't use plastic Keurig K-cups. You're getting the picture here. Have a glass Tupperware and a plastic Tupperware. Don't put hot food in plastic. Now this gets challenging for me with soup, right? Because soup is a big volume. What do you do with soup? So I've started buying large pickle jars, okay? The wide mouth pickle jars. and you can get the pretty good sized ones on Amazon, and they're made of glass, and when your soup cools, you just funnel it right into that, and you can store your soup in that instead of a large plastic Tupperware. So don't store hot food in plastic. As far as other sources of plastic, it's in salts, it's in spices, unfortunately. So you just have to read your labels, do your best to avoid plastic as much as possible in your foods, as well as those PFAS. Thank you very much.